Hi there, everyone. Hi there, everyone. Mr. McCarthy here with a tutorial on how to use Adobe Photoshop to create a surreal or dreamlike portrait. So after you have gone to the video, sound, and music page, marking period 4, Intro to Photoshop, you'll see what the assignment is all about. You are supposed to take different images and do what's called a composite. And that basically means you're taking different portraits to put them together on one background to create this funky, dreamy quality that was inspired by the surrealist art movement of the 1920s and 30s. So scroll down, you'll see what it's all about, the history of surrealism, also points to consider for your idea on what you're going to do, as well as the main instructions on what you need to have completed by the end of the project. Also, I threw in some really cool examples of some Photoshop surreal portraits that were already done, as well as project tips and tricks. And last but not least, some really good research and resource videos on basic Photoshop, working with layers, taking a background out of an object and placing it. And then I found one on how to actually just watch a video on start to finish a surreal portrait. So a lot of great information in here. Just make sure you check it out. If for some reason you do not have an Apple computer given to you by this class, you do not have Photoshop, you can download this program called GIMP. It is a free version of Photoshop, free to the public. It won't take any of your information or anything like that. You can download that to, say, your Google Chromebook, and you'd still be able to do this project. Okay? So once you go through that, you soak it all in. If you have any questions, please let me know. We're going to dive right in here to working on the project. So I already went ahead and pulled some images. I have a clown, a goldfish, a pizza, a tiger, a pickup truck, the Statue of Liberty, the moon, and a rainbow. So I randomly just started looking for objects. Now, one very important thing to remember when you do this assignment is to make sure that you search for your images large. Okay, so let's just do that real quick. Go to Google, and we'll go in here and just do a search real quick. Now, there are some really cool tips and tricks. Let's say you want to find pizza. So I want to find a pizza pie, and I want to put it in my portrait. I'm going to go to Images, and don't forget, what do? You go to Tools, Size, Large. Now, if you're fortunate enough, you can even find them. There's clip art, which basically means a cartoon. You can mix cartoons with your images. It doesn't really matter. But that is one of the first things you can do is search pepperoni, deep dish, Domino's. But if you scroll down, you'll see pizzas if there's one that jumps out at you. This one actually might work really well because it's on a white background. It might be easier to take out. But if that's not the piece that you need, you just scroll through until you find what you want. This might be a great one. This is on a white background, very easy to take out. So it's just a matter of taking the time and finding it. You could even go in and type pizza, no background. Or you could do, yeah, look at that. There's a bunch. So it's going to save you time in the long run to find the image that you want, maybe without a background, because you're going to compost them all anyway. But if it's an image you really like, and you want to just be able to take it and clip everything out, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So that's the most important part. When you find your image, you click on it. Here's the image I really like. It's a decent size because you click on Tools, Size, Large. That's a big deal. Now, it may filter your choices, but in the long run, it's a good thing because your image is going to look so much nicer when it's done. So guess what? My pepperoni pizza is gone. So let's just jump on over to plain. So once again, I can just, and you'll see some of these have copyrights and watermarks, they're called. So you're going to need to find something else. You can search down here. Here's a good piece of pizza right here. So you can do one of two things. You can click to see where the link takes you. And that's the biggest one. Okay? Or you can try and download it. Here you can't because you got to pay for it. But here, the easier way is to right-click, save image as, and you create a folder. I've already done it. It's called Surreal Portrait. And then you go ahead and you put in the pizza. I just shorten it and call it plain pizza. Okay, I got my plain pizza. So that is how you're going to go in, look for all your images. If you want to put an image of yourself in, great. Put yourself somewhere crazy. But obviously, if you need to, you can use Google at your leisure and use tools and use size large and make sure you get those really good images. And then just make your folder and save them up real good. Okay? So the next video, keep an eye out, will be how to open them in Photoshop and start laying out your project.